Never seek validation from her. The silent attraction killer. There's one mistake most men make without even realizing it, one that silently erodes attraction and respect before they even have a chance. It's the constant need for validation. Have you ever found yourself asking, "Do you still like me? Are you mad at me? Or was that joke funny?" Maybe you over-explain your actions, hoping she won't misunderstand you. Or worse, you seek her approval before making simple decisions. It might seem harmless, even like a way to show you care, but in reality, every time you look to her for reassurance, you chip away at the very confidence she was drawn to in the first place. Here's the harsh truth. Women don't want to be responsible for making you feel secure. The moment she senses that her reaction dictates your self-worth, attraction begins to fade. She wants a man who stands firm in who he is, not someone who waits for her permission to feel good about himself. The more you seek her validation, the less she values you. The irony? The men who never look for validation are the ones who naturally command it. So if you've ever wondered why she suddenly loses interest, stops responding, or pulls away, it might be time to ask yourself, am I leading with confidence, or am I unknowingly begging for her approval? Never seek validation from her, the silent attraction killer. There's one mistake most men make without even realizing it, one that silently erodes attraction and respect before they even have a chance. It's the constant need for validation. Have you ever found yourself asking, "Do you still like me? Are you mad at me? Or was that joke funny?" Maybe you over-explain your actions, hoping she won't misunderstand you. Or worse, you seek her approval before making simple decisions. It might seem harmless, even like a way to show you care, but in reality, every time you look to her for reassurance, you chip away at the very confidence she was drawn to in the first place. 1. Women don't want to be your emotional caretaker. Here's the harsh truth. Women don't want to be responsible for making you feel secure. The moment she senses that her reaction dictates your self-worth, attraction begins to fade. At first, she might be patient, offering you comfort or reassurance. But over time, the weight of constantly propping you up becomes exhausting. She doesn't want to feel like your mother, your therapist, or the source of your confidence. She wants a man who already knows his worth, not someone who needs her approval to feel whole. 2. The more you seek validation, the less she values you. The cruel paradox of attraction is this. The more you chase her approval, the less she respects you. Every time you seek reassurance, you subconsciously communicate that you see yourself as less than her. And if you don't fully believe in yourself, why should she? Women are drawn to strength, both emotional and mental. When a man stands firm in who he is, regardless of whether she praises him or not, that's when she feels true attraction. But if she senses that her validation is what keeps you together, she'll start to pull away, and you'll never even realize why. 3. The men who don't seek validation are the ones who command it. Ironically, the men who never look for validation are the ones who naturally command it. Think about the people you respect the most. Are they the ones constantly looking for approval? Or are they the ones who walk into a room with quiet confidence, completely at ease with themselves? A man who doesn't need validation exudes a rare energy, one that makes people, including women, gravitate toward him. He doesn't ask, "Am I good enough?" He knows he is. And because of that, women feel an unshakable pull toward him. So if you've ever wondered why she suddenly loses interest, stops responding, or pulls away, it might be time to ask yourself, am I leading with confidence? Or am I unknowingly begging for her approval? Never let her control the relationship. The fastest way to lose her respect. A woman will test you, not because she's cruel, not because she's manipulative, but because deep down, she needs to know who you really are. She will push your boundaries, challenge your confidence, and see if you can stand your ground. And if you fail, if you constantly agree just to keep the peace, if you let her make all the decisions out of fear of upsetting her, if you apologize for things that don't even require an apology, she will lose respect for you. She doesn't want to lead the relationship, she wants to trust that you can. When you let her take control, it might seem like things are going smoothly at first, but over time something shifts. She starts to feel uneasy, uncertain. She might not even realize why, but the attraction fades. Because deep down, women don't want a man who follows around. They want a man who knows where he's going. A man who lets a woman control the relationship makes three fatal mistakes. First, he becomes too agreeable, saying yes to everything just to avoid conflict. But attraction isn't built in comfort, it's built in respect, and a woman cannot respect a man who has no opinions of his own. Second, he gives up his leadership, assuming that letting her take charge will make her happy. But the truth is, the moment she feels like she has to lead, she also starts to feel alone. And third, he loses his identity, molding himself to fit what he thinks she wants, instead of being the man he truly is. Women don't fall for men who bend over backward to please them. They fall for men who stand firm in their direction, their decisions, and their sense of self. So don't be the man who hands over the wheel out of fear of losing her. Be the man who walks his own path, who leads with confidence, and who stands strong, even if it means sometimes telling her no. Because in the end, a woman doesn't truly desire the man she can control. She desires the man she can trust. Never be afraid to walk away. The power that keeps her drawn to you. Nothing destroys attraction faster than a man who is terrified of losing a woman. The moment you start compromising yourself just to keep her, tolerating disrespect because you're scared to upset her, or holding on to a situation that drains you simply because you can't imagine losing her, you've already lost. The cruel irony? The man who fears losing a woman is the one who gets left behind, while the man who can walk away is the one she fights to keep. Women don't want a man who clings to them out of desperation. They want a man who chooses them, but only if they are worthy of his time, his energy, and his respect. A man who is unafraid to walk away understands three powerful truths. First, staying in a relationship where you're not valued weakens you. Every time you let disrespect slide, every time you ignore the gut feeling that tells you something is off, you lose a piece of your self-respect, and she feels it. Second, women don't want to be your purpose. The moment she realizes that your entire sense of self depends on her, she no longer sees you as a strong, independent man. She sees you as someone she has to carry. And third, walking away is the ultimate display of self-worth. When a man values himself enough to leave a situation that doesn't serve him, he triggers something deep in a woman's mind, an instinct that tells her, this man is rare. Most men tolerate, settle, and beg. But the man who can look at her and say, if this isn't right, I'm gone, is the man she can't stop thinking about. So don't be the man who begs for attention, who stays when he should leave, who fears the unknown more than he values himself. Be the man who walks away with quiet confidence, knowing that his worth isn't tied to any woman, it's something he carries within himself. Because the truth is, the moment you show her you don't need her, is the moment she realizes she never wants to lose you. Never being consistent. The silent killer of attraction. Women are drawn to certainty, not arrogance, not ego, but the quiet, unshakable confidence of a man who knows who he is. The moment you become inconsistent, shifting your personality, changing your opinions to please her, saying one thing but doing another, you plant a seed of doubt in her mind. And once that doubt takes root, attraction starts to fade. She may not even realize why, but something deep inside her tells her this man cannot be trusted. Not because you're a bad person, but because you're unstable like a house built on sand, ready to collapse under pressure. Inconsistency destroys attraction in three ways. First, it makes her question who you really are. If you're always adapting to fit the situation, if your words and actions don't align, how can she ever trust that what you're showing her is real? Second, it signals weakness, not adaptability. A strong man can adjust to different situations while remaining the same person at his core. But a man who changes his entire identity based on who he's with, he looks lost, like someone who needs approval to function. And third, it makes her feel unsafe. Women are wired to seek stability in a partner, not just financial or social stability, but emotional and psychological stability. If today you say you love deep conversations, but tomorrow you act like you don't care, if you act confident in front of others but insecure when you're alone with her, she won't know which version of you is real. And a woman who doesn't trust you, who doesn't feel secure with you, can never truly desire you. The most magnetic men in history weren't the ones who bent to fit the world around them. They were the ones who stood firm in who they were. They evolved, they grew, but they never betrayed themselves. Be that man. Define your values and live by them. Be the same person in every situation. Match your words with your actions. Because in a world full of men who shift, hesitate, and chase approval, the man who is unshakable stands above them all. And that is the man she will never forget.